One of the biggest challenges in 2026 right now is selling stuff that people don't fully understand. Whether it's AI, automation, trading bots, GEO, AI SEO, there's never been more stuff to sell on the market that people just don't quite get. Well, unless you go back to probably the beginning of the internet when businesses didn't even really understand why they needed a website. Selling technical stuff or stuff that the market doesn't fully understand the benefits of yet is really easy to screw up at this moment in time. So I realized this when I was role-playing with one of my clients who has an AI SEO agency. And I noticed that the problems he was having are actually not unique to his agency, but are actually spread across the whole AI agency right now. So if you're selling anything that's technical, even if it has nothing to do with AI, if you're selling a technical product in 2026, this video is going to help you diagnose and fix the most common problems that I see out there. If you don't know me, my name is Drew Long. I've helped grow B2C and B2B sales teams from 5 sellers to over 150, bringing in over $6 million in cash per month. I've helped individual salespeople close at 40, 50, yes, or even over 70% conversion rate consistently for over 14 months. Still haven't seen anybody else who can claim that outcome. And I've helped individual salespeople, groups of up to 12 people, collect over $1.2 million in cash per month as an entire team for a sustained period of time. That's where all my expertise comes from. So in this video, we're gonna break down exactly why so many people who are selling something technical or that's a little bit hard to explain or new to the market are screwing up and leaving money on the table, and how you can fix that forever. So strap in and let's fix this once and for all.
So good to meet you, Drew. My name's I represent the company. Purpose of the call today is just to understand your business needs a little better, and if we're the right fit, I'll let you know how we can do that. If not, I could point you in the right direction to someone who might be able to help. Sound good?
Yep, sounds great.
Great. So tell me, what's the big goal for the company, say, over the next 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, I mean, just more cases, right? We just need to get, more cases. We've been growing, pretty consistently through word of mouth for like the last, 15 years. And I just, I want to grow. It's a 7-figure business. I want to make it an 8-figure business. And I just think that the right thing to do is, I got to check out, I saw your ad. I want to check out this AI stuff. And yeah, just thought I'd want to kind of hear you out.
Well, yeah. I mean, could you give me specifically, like you say 7 to 8 figures? Could you give me a numeric value attached to that?
Yeah, so we do probably about 7 million, and I want to get to like 12.
Okay, 7 million to 12. Yeah, and how do you have a plan for that? Like, what are you guys doing right now in order to get to that goal?
Just kind of talking to a lot of different vendors, talking to a lot of different marketing companies. Some companies are telling me they can do it all in one. Talking to like a Google My Business guy and a couple SEO companies, some bigger name like SEO companies in the space. And then also just kind of going on all channels, right? So pay per lead, getting listed in the professional directories, which, we are, but I think there's probably more we could do there. And then, professional networking events. There's some other firms that also send us cases that like they can't handle because we're personal injury, and they handle like, some other aspects of law, like more like family law, trust and stuff. And they sometimes get like personal injury leads that they send us. So there's that, I guess partner channels as well. So we're just trying to go on all channels really. And I haven't ever really done anything on AI. So I wanted to, start there and kind of see what it was all about.
Okay. I mean, could you give me an idea of what you tried before? Because yeah, I mean, let's start with that. What have you tried before?
So like I've said, it's really just, it's grown by word of mouth and partners and just being connected to professional associations. I mean, that's the main thing. And we just kind of grown organically, but also, that's maybe slowing down a little bit. And, I don't think it'll ever fully stop, but I also realize, what's gotten us here, to 7 million a year is not going to get us, to the next place.
I see. Okay. So I mean, so far a lot. I just want to quickly recap on what you said so far, just to make sure that there's anything that I'm missing. You want to get to 7 figures to 8 million, or 8 figures, right? So 7 million to 12. You're exploring many different options of marketing. You've pointed out like pay per lead, doubling down on SEO, or the different marketing options that you're looking at. And right now, currently, your current situation is that you're getting most of your leads off referrals and word of mouth, right? Am I missing anything there?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Could you tell me a little bit more about, I mean, out of all the channels, like which one do you think you see yourself moving towards the most right now?
I mean, it really has to just be all the above, that's the most important thing. I just don't think we're going to add, that 5 million in revenue without, kind of hitting all the channels really hard. So I'm channel agnostic. I just whichever one's going to work the best and whichever one's going to give me the best ROI, that's the channel I want to use
Okay.
mostly, and we'll spend money on all channels, but like eventually probably we'll pare down the amount of money we're spending in channels that aren't as productive, and then we'll double down on the channels that are more productive. So at this point, it's really just kind of all the above approach and then double down as things work.
When you say all of the above, do you mean that like you plan on running marketing, like guerrilla marketing for every single channel, and you want our channel to be a part of that, or are you looking at different options and going to be picking one?
Oh no, I'm gonna try all of them. I'm gonna put some money
Okay.
behind all channels and then double down on whatever works. And again, I don't really even know if SEO could be a significant, meaningful contribution to adding, another 5 million. I suspect it might, because AI is the future. It's the way of the
Right.
world right now. But I just don't know how much. Maybe you can tell me like what I could expect to add or what your other lawyer clients are getting, and we could go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to get into pricing, but just a couple quick more questions, just so that I have a better understanding of where you guys are at and like how the best approach for us to take in order for us to get to your goal of 12 million. You mentioned earlier that, I mean, you're looking at other channels. What have you already invested in order? I mean, I'm just curious, like, what does that look like as far as like marketing goes?
We've done some pay per lead. It seems to be like fairly good, but then they always say the leads are exclusive and they're not usually exclusive. Like, I find myself fighting with other firms for them. So like still put money behind it, but they're just not necessarily the greatest leads. So I'm just looking for anything and everything that can kind of help me improve the business right now.
Is exclusivity the only thing that's bad about the leads, or is there anything else?
I mean, they're just not necessarily like the highest intent. There are a lot of like slip and falls, which is not even like the major part of PI that we want to focus on. That's like not a huge, it doesn't like really bring in that much revenue. I mean, of course, yeah, we can still help those people, but I mean, major personal injury is like, getting hit, right? In like a hit and run accident or an industrial accident that took someone's limb off, right? That's like much more significant. Or, recently like the cops shot somebody in the eye and it destroyed their eye and they got $11 million judgment, right? That's kind of more sort of the big fish we ideally would go over
Right.
after. I mean, of course, there's only so many of those.
Right, and I mean, how would it impact your business if we were able to just get those type of leads that are coming through the door? Like,
I mean, pretty significantly, right? I think obviously, like I said, there's not too many of those leads going around, but if we even just like got a higher proportion of them, I think we would be in a much better position to get an extra 5 million, or, even just contribute more to that goal.
right. And I mean, could you give me a little bit of, do you know how they're generating those leads other than like pay per lead? Is it specifically Facebook ads, Google?
Yeah, I'd assume they're lead aggregators. I'd assume that they're running ads like on Meta and Google and those platforms. I haven't ever looked like too deep into it, but I'd assume that's how they're doing it.
I see. So they're just reselling you the lead and just giving it
Yeah,
to you.
I
Yeah.
think
Okay.
so.
From our experience, right? Like AI has been the closest platform to human interaction, meaning that the people that are going to your company are going to be closest to a referral lead. Would you say like in your current state that you'd be leaving money on the table if you didn't have that as a marketing channel?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I kind of see AI as a future. Like everyone's gonna have to be on it. So yeah, I think it's non-negotiable. I just kind of don't know how it works, or like
Yeah.
what's the timeline. I know SEO has taken like a lot of time to build up, and it's like a
Right.
constant battle with the algorithm. And then, I mean, getting page one on Google, like I've been in the business a long time. It used to be easy when Google first came out, but now it's like forget about it. Unless you're like a huge like top 5 law firm or even like top 2 law firm in the area, right? Just forget about it. So I don't know, is AI like that, or is it easier, harder? Like you tell me.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to get into it. I just want to ask real quick, like last question here. I mean, how would that impact the business knowing that like you're leaving money on the table?
Yeah, we definitely don't want to. We want to get into the AI space, whether it's your firm or some other firm. Like we're definitely going to do it. It's just a matter of like kind of who has the best value, who has the best offer for us.
Right, right. And what would that look like? I mean, the best offer for you.
I mean, I don't know. I'm new to this. I don't know how much you charge really.
Okay.
So I guess that's where you tell me like what price should I expect? What should I pay for? Like I guess, I've answered a lot of questions. I think, I'd love to hear what you guys did.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So, I mean, based off what you're telling me, I have a pretty good understanding of your business goals. Summarize you want to get from 7 million to 12 million. you are currently you've tried your main source of leads are definitely the referrals and word of mouth. You've tried pay per lead, and you're getting leads, but they're not always the best quality. In order for you to get to that next goal, you want to add additional marketing channels, ideally high intent quality leads that will help improve your business. Is there anything I'm missing here?
Nope, that's it.
Good news is that with AI SEO, I think with AI SEO, it's definitely achievable that we could get closer to your goals. I could walk you through that right now. Want me to walk you through that here right now?
Yeah, that sounds good. And I should just be upfront. Like, I'm going to talk to a couple other agencies. You know, you're the first, but I want to talk to some other AI agencies that do what you do. And then I'll probably take some time and then get back to you in a week or so to kind of like let you know kind of what we're going to do. Cause we are very serious about this. We're going to do something, but you know, I just want to like be totally transparent up front. We are going to like talk to a couple different vendors.
Yeah, of course. I mean, what have you already talked to other different vendors with AI SEO?
No, you'd be the first.
Okay, okay, cool. After every modern marketing channel for both online and local businesses, fundamentally, there are three core components that matter to get leads that actually turn into money, and the rest is just jargon, right? And this is the quality of lead, like we discussed earlier, the lead exclusivity, like we discussed earlier as well, right? And then the cost per lead, right? And this is what we deliver with AI SEO. The first way we get you high intent quality leads. So the big cases for personal injury is by getting you recommended when someone asks ChatGPT, who is the best personal injury attorney near me? We do this by auditing your visibility across ChatGPT and other AI platforms. From there, we optimize online business profiles so in a way that's structured so that AI could read your business profiles. And what this does is it builds your authority so these platforms recognize you as a go-to recommendation. Now, the important thing to note here is the person asking AI for recommendations already decided that they need an attorney. They're asking who they should work with, not if. And this is how we get you high intent leads. Does it make sense so far?
Yeah, sounds good.
So second, we get you exclusive leads by making sure that you're the only name that pops up when people start doing more research and digging deeper in your business, right? So on Google, you fight 20 competitors for one keyword. With AI, people ask more full questions, hundreds of variations, right? So we map out every question your potential client asks and create content answering them with your specific value proposition. So when someone asks, like, why is your firm the best? AI responds with what makes you different. So they reach out to you specifically, meaning exclusive leads and no comparison shopping. Still with me on that?
Yeah, that sounds great.
The third is the economics, right? So almost nobody's optimizing for AI search yet. Your competitors aren't looking. That means lower competition, lower cost to get position, and leads don't cost you 100 a pop like Google Ads or I don't know how much is your current lead vendor selling the ads to you?
It's generally about 150 to 250 a lead.
Right. So with AI SEO, it is an organic source of traffic. So once you're positioned, you're going to be getting you're not getting charged per lead, but you're just generating leads automatically, right? So this is how we get you leads at a cost that makes sense on your ROI. And our customers are typically seeing 4 to 5x ROI. Would that make sense for your business in the case to get you to your goals of hitting 12 million?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a good ROI just in general. I try to get everything to be around 5x, but you know, I understand that sometimes it takes a little bit of time to dial that in.
Yeah, of course. And just to wrap things up, I think about it like this. When someone asks a trusted friend for one lawyer, they get one name, right? So out of every marketing channel, AI is the closest platform that replicates that. And millions of people are asking ChatGPT like a trusted advisor. Our job is to just make sure that is you. So to recap, you've got quality leads, the closest you get to a real human referral, they're exclusive to you, and you're locking it in now while your competitors aren't even looking in this direction. Does that sound like something that would help your business grow from 7 million to 12 million, like you mentioned?
Yeah, sounds good.
Here's some of the results that we've helped other companies get. Honestly, I don't have the thing pulled out right now, and we've gotten clients 20 to 30 new cases per month. If we got you that result, would you be willing to be patient and put in some work over the next 3 to 4 months?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good question. Is like how long does it take before I kind of would expect to see my first case or my first referral?
For your Your first referral, I'd say like by month 2. I mean, what's your timeline on this specifically? Like how fast do you need these cases? And are you looking for more something that's like quicker or
I mean, yeah, obviously as soon as possible. I mean, can't we speed it up?
yeah, so with AI SEO, it is an organic form of traffic, meaning it's exponential growth and compounds over time. So it's more of like think about it like this: you're putting an investment in like the stock market that compounds over time, rather than like getting instant cash flow from a business, right? So
Makes sense.
yeah, it takes about like 2 to 3 months to get your first couple leads, and then it just starts exponentially growing from there. Does that sound like something that's within your timeline?
Yeah, I mean, I guess depends on how much, right, we're invested by the time we get our first lead. I want to get like a reasonably quick ROI. I understand you have to wait to a degree, but I guess I'd like to understand the costs and like what we're actually laying out before we get our first case.
Yeah, sure. I mean, here's how we typically structure our engagements. We have a 3-month minimum in which we do business profile optimizations for AI. We do the advanced schema so that we make sure that your website is actually optimized as well and readable for AI, and then cross-referencing optimization. Right. So this is what's different from AI and Google. Google doesn't do these cross-referencing, but AI, it checks all of the links that is on the front page of Google or on the pages of Google, and then spits out what's recommended, right? And the reason why we do have this 3-month minimum is because that's really how long it takes the AI to pick up on the signals we're putting out there. I Here's a typical timeline here. I could share my screen. Right. So by month 1, you could expect around like 2 inquiries. By month 2, you could expect around 8 inquiries, and it just keeps on going up from there. Right. So month 3, about 20. And then by month 4, we could expect like 25 to 50 inquiries. And by that time, you'd be closing enough cases to make this sense for your business.
Okay, I mean that looks good. It's not too long to wait. So what are the kind of costs associated with this?
Yeah. So let me pull out the pricing package right now, and then I can give you an idea of the cost. Are you able to see this?
Yes, AI search presence. I'm seeing it.
Yeah. So we charge a flat fee per month between there are 3 packages that vary in terms of how quickly you wanna get the results, right? So, the timeline I gave you is the growth package, but if you want it even faster, we could do the market domination, and we could get you to your goals even quicker, right? For the growth package, like I said earlier, we're looking at the deep profile, business profile optimization, which we do the Google. Most people, SEO companies only focus on Google, right? But AI directories, specifically like ChatGPT, they pull from Bing and Apple as well. So a little, and that's like part of the reason why the channel is wide open, right? Because people aren't really focused on Bing, and then we're also hitting the top 3 industry directories, so Ava, Justia, Yelp, that are being used to cross reference and double check your profile, right? We've got the advanced schema. We make sure that your website's actually optimized for AI readability, and then we're doing the AI cross referencing optimization, which means that we are making sure that when AI does check other references, everything looks consistent. They know exactly your services. They know how well you provide those services. And part of that would be also the AI review management, in which we not only get reviews for Google, but also your Avo and Justia and your Yelp as well, so that we're making sure that you have review standings all across the board. And this is also going to be like the multiplier as well. It's an open lane because nobody's really focused on their Avo and Justia. So once you get reviews on those directories, it's a lot. You're going to be cited number 1 every single time, right? So
Yeah, it makes sense. I guess what's the difference between the advanced and the domination?
yeah, so the market domination is we're getting every business profile and also every relevant industry directory, right? So goes beyond Avo and Justia. We're making sure your entire site is AI optimized for and readability, not only the schema, which comes before the actual website content, and then we're doing the cross-referencing optimization at far larger volume than you would with the growth package. And based off your goals, I'd recommend package A, right? Like the market domination, because you're trying to get to you're from 7, you're right now at 7 million, you want to get to 12 million. And this is going to make sure that you're getting recommended number one every single time. And the interesting with AI platforms is it's usually cited. It's one company really takes all of the market in that platform, right? So we're looking at like a huge increase in lead flow if we when we get you number one on these platforms. Does that make sense? Does that work for you?
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess how quickly, because you said that it changes the speed at which we get results. I guess if we did the market domination package, how quickly do you think we would get results as compared to that middle package?
So with the market domination, since there are more platforms that we're touching, right? We could expect like 3 times more lead flow than what was expected on the original timeline, right? So by month one, we could expect around like 4 to 6 additional leads. And then we could expect like what is like double the amount of the original growth package. So let me pull up the timeline again. Yeah, so it was 3 to 8 for month two. We could definitely do like we, what we could expect probably around like 10, honestly, like 6 to 10. And then by month three, you'll definitely have like 20 leads plus by then.
Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds a lot better. I guess, what are you seeing with your other clients with like, what's the quality of these leads?
Right. So, like I explained earlier, since AI platforms are the closest to a human referral or human conversation, a lot of these people that are searching using up ChatGPT are using AI as if it's a shopping advisor, right? Or an advisor that knows everything and that can recommend them the best go-to option, right? So, with these leads, we see far higher quality of leads come in. They have far more intent and they're looking to buy specifically from you.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess. How about, I guess, the ability to target? Because, like, as I was saying, yeah, I want those like higher, kind of bigger ticket personal injury cases. I guess, is there an ability to target maybe people that are searching or whose description is like, hey, I just got hit by, Amazon delivery truck. Like, who should I call? Or I guess do you get my question? Like, how do we can we target in the AI search like people that are searching more specifically for the type of personal injury law we do?
Yeah. So the easiest way to do that would be the simplest way to explain how we would do that is different types of prospects are asking different questions. So we would just zone in on the specific questions that your high quality or your higher ticket size prospects are asking. And then we would make sure that we're showing up on the queries for those specific questions.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Cool. Well, this is great info. Are you going to send me like a PDF or like a proposal that kind of includes all this information?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to send a proposal. Aside from that, do you think that this could help your business?
Yeah, I mean, great presentation, really good info. It looks attractive. I just, obviously, like I mentioned, I need to talk to the other couple vendors this week, and then should be able to get back to you by, I don't know, maybe next Friday. Probably give me a week because I don't know exactly when the calls are scheduled, but I think they're sometime like early to mid next week. So by Friday, I'll definitely have talked to everybody, and I'll have a good idea of like who we're gonna go with.
Yeah, I mean, I can totally do that for you. I mean, you did mention earlier that you wanted to talk to other companies before making a decision. While you're doing that, I mean, what do you think you would be thinking about and are looking for with the other companies that you haven't already are seeing with our call right now?
I mean, I honestly don't know. I guess it depends on what they present me. Your presentation's been pretty good. It's been pretty thorough. It'll be interesting just to learn like how they describe AI from their side, or if they say, different things, just different, I guess just the value, right? Like what are they promising versus what you're promising and what they think is achievable. I do expect there to be some variation, but I guess it depends on, their expertise. How long have you been doing this business? How long have you been like working with AI SEO?
AI SEO. So I've been in marketing for about 8 years, but AI SEO is a new channel that recently has emerged with the influx of people using AI platforms. So we've been doing AI SEO for about like the past year and a half now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, go ahead and send me this info. And then, like I said, I'll follow up with you guys next week.
Yeah, sure. I mean, let me send you that info. When is a good time to schedule our next meeting?
We can do next Friday, same time. That works.
Okay, sounds good. I feel like I could have done better on the I was gonna ask, like, I was gonna ask, like, earlier in the call when you mentioned the other people is, like, if you find someone that you, like, 100% with, uh are you would you, like, make a decision today? And then if you said yes on that, then I would have, like, gone back on that now, but
That can be a good approach. That definitely is a good tactic. Um, Speaking of the vendors and kind of just like hitting that level of competition, which I don't know that you are right now. I feel like this is still such a fresh offer. There's probably not a lot of competition for it, but eventually there probably will be. So the other tactic you can use at the end when he says he's going to go talk and interview a bunch of other vendors is just
um,
lock a return path to you. So basically just asking him like, hey, so like, would you do me a favor? After you talk to those other vendors, like, oh yeah, of course. Would you just like bring those offers back to me and just like kind of share with me what they're promising? Because I want to make sure my offer is competitive in the market. And, I just want to get a sense if there's something that you think they're offering that's better than what we're offering. I'd love a chance to like maybe match that or even beat it. And that way, like you can that's not like probably going to happen too much, but that way you can kind of even step into that commodity frame and give yourself a chance to like knock down the other offer, because other offers also could suck, or they could be like misunderstanding it, or they could be not as like knowledgeable as you. So if you just have them bring back the offer to you, you can honestly like often you can just knock it down.
I see, okay. Should I is that what I should do next time someone brings up, like, other agencies?
Well, yeah, if someone frames it that strong, like I framed it pretty strong where I was like, and I did that deliberately. I wanted to see how you'd handle if I brought up even before you pitch, like, oh, by the way, I'm cross shopping. And I think you made the right decision to not like try to handle that objection in the moment. It's much better to like give the overview, give the presentation. And then what you could have done is just proactively brought it back and made sure that you asked me after you finish presenting everything about how you do it. Make sure you ask like, does that all sound good? Does it seem like that has everything you need to get to your goal? And then if he says yes, you can then say, okay, cool. Well, like, is there anything else you'd be looking for that we didn't talk about? Like when you're talking to other vendors, is there something else you're looking for that we didn't talk about? And he's going to say, oh, like, no, there's nothing specific. I just like don't know what I don't know. So maybe they'll bring something up. And then it'll be easier for you to be like, okay, well, I mean, given that you're going to be shopping, like, is there something that they could tell you that would just make you say, screw it, those guys suck? Like, what do you expecting that they would tell you that would blow me out of the water? And he's going to be like, oh, I don't know. I have no idea. Like, probably nothing. And then you're going to have a much clearer return path where you're like, okay, cool. Well, given that you like everything we talked about here, like if you're looking for your keys and you found your keys, like, do you then keep looking for your keys? Like, it's kind of illogical to keep shopping if you think that our offer is good. But I mean, he'll like laugh and then probably laugh it off and be like, no, I still got to do my diligence. And then that's when you lock the return path and you're like, okay, well, no problem. Of course you want to do your shopping. That's totally fair. Um, but I would just like to circle back with you because if you do get a better offer, what you consider to be a better offer, I'd love to like review it and potentially we can even sweeten the pot or make it even better for you. Like you just want to be competitive.
Right. Okay. I got that, yeah.
So that's dealing with the competitor. I have a couple other notes just to go through. And obviously, I know with a role play, this is harder, but it's also good to practice. Pull me up in ChatGPT and type like, who would you recommend, like in for personal injury law in Michigan, right? Ask that exact phrase, put it in ChatGPT, and I would do it before the call so I know what it's going to spit out, and then I would just show it and be like, look, you're not here. Like it's not currently recommending you. It's recommending these other three dudes. So like you're already losing, and that is going to be awesome pain. Because that's the thing you have advantage with your offer is it's like a Google My Business offer or like a general, like another marketing offer where like literally you can just show them on the screen like you don't exist to Google, right? Or like you don't exist to ChatGPT right now. And that should build massive pain.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'll add that next time.
Yeah,
Is
just
there Yeah.
add that to every call. Is I would always like obviously I would Google before in the pre-call. And then if it looks good, if they're already being recommended, like obviously don't show it. But if they don't show up at all, I would definitely show it.
Gotcha. Okay.
The second one, don't ask me my timeline because I have no idea. I'm totally ignorant. I don't know what a good timeline would be. So I'm going to say something crazy like, oh, give me leads tomorrow. And it's like, well, that's actually not possible. So rather than that, I would tell people the timeline of like, Yeah, like AI is faster than Google SEO, but it's definitely not as fast as obviously like paid leads or just buying leads. But there's trade-offs, right? It's more like a personal referral at scale. It's more like, like it's more like a recommendation. It persists, all those things, right? All that value building. But I would definitely like educate them on the timeline rather than asking them what's their ideal timeline.
Okay, yeah. I'll make sure I have that in my script.
And then I would also push harder on the competition angle. Like you didn't really mention that on this call, but I would definitely always mention on every call is like, hey, it's kind of like Google, like the front page of Google right now, page one search results, it's kind of like winner takes all, right? Like when was the last time you went down to the bottom of a Google page and clicked on page two? Like never, right? Like you rarely go to page two, let alone page three. Like 99% of searches, like Google is so good at what they do, they solve your search like in like the first three blue links. So it's going to be the same way with chat and Perplexity and whoever. Like the first two or three lawyers that get in there that get recommended are just going to suck up all the traffic and all the recommendations. And so you want that to be you, I would presume. Like it's very much like if your competition gets there first, it's going to be very hard to change. But right now it's an open lane. It's never going to be easier than it is right now to just get on top and just stay there.
Right.
And that's going to drive some competition, drive some urgency, right?
Right.
Great job explaining the difference versus Google. I really like that part. In Disco, some things you can do to improve that. One real big thing you could do is because I'm saying like I'm doing all the different channels, right? I'm all of the above. I'm trying to add 5 mil. I'm trying to do everything, right? For someone like that, I would ask them like, oh, cool. What are you currently spending per month on marketing? Because I want to get their total marketing budget and to kind of figure out like how much room they have to add. And so like the way I'm going to logically structure that is, let's say he says, oh, I'm spending 10 grand a month on marketing. And I'm going to say, okay. And so you told me you wanted to double your company revenue, right? Or pretty much add like, whatever, go from 8 to 16, let's say, double your company revenue. So, I mean, stands to reason. It sounds like you're trying to double your ad spend each month, right? Or your marketing spend from 10 to 20K. Is that right? Like you're not assuming you're going to get a double revenue without doubling your marketing spend, right? And I would just set him up in that trap. And then he probably says, oh, well, I'm trying to spend as little as possible. But it anchors in his mind, logically, if he wants to double revenue, he should be doubling marketing spend, which gives you another 10 grand to fit into, right? Where it's like completely logical. Maybe he's doing other things, but it's completely logical for him to spend on the order of like $3,500 a month to $7,500 a month.
Right. Got what you're saying. Yeah.
So just try to like lay that anchor early. Because if you just ask them, oh, you're trying to double, and then you're like, oh yeah, cool, this can help you double, but you don't anchor it to real numbers of like, well, what's it going to cost you to double? Then they're thinking they can double for free. And it's like not true, right? And they're going to anchor your price to zero, which is impossible. So you got to try to set that anchor of like, you're going to have to spend a lot more to double, right?
Okay.
I love the language that you use several times. You're going to be cited number one every single time. There's like, it's an open lane. That's really good language. Keep using that. I like that great job pivoting to the higher package where you were like, oh, based on your goals, actually you need the domination package. And then the language I wrote down, that's really good. One company really takes all the market in that platform. And then just a small note, it's not a huge deal, but I would probably make your prices consistent, either like $74.97 and $34.97 or just $3,500, $7,500. I mean, because right now you have like,
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, it'll just look better if it's consistent.
Okay.
And then I do price psychology. I would recommend you just do like, because it just does sound lower than like or whatever.
Okay. Should I say the full like or the 75?
It doesn't really matter. People are going to cue more on what they say, what they see than what you say. I mean, it's probably more accurate to say because that's what's actually written.
Got it.
And then we kind of covered 9 and 10, which is just like, like dealing with the vendor objection.
Gotcha. That's the thing with the vendor objection is that most of them like are just hopping on the call and then seeing other vendors, not because they don't like the current offering, but because they don't know what they need to be seeing.
Totally.
So, yeah.
And in this case, you're going to win because you have a better presentation. You have way better follow-up than the average, right? Now that we built it out,
Right.
you have way better, like, materials that you're sending, right? Like the PDF that you showed me is going to be way better. It's going to blow a lot of people out of the water. It's going to be pretty good. And then just running a better discovery process, doing things like showing them they don't exist in ChatGPT on the call. Like all these elements of the sales call that we're building are going to set you apart because most people are just horrible at sales, right? And so it's going to be a competitive differentiator that you just felt that you understood them better, you asked better questions, you got actually deep into their goals, you like made their goals mathematical and actually numerical. You got all that data out and like on the table and just kind of help them sort through it. That's going to be really helpful early on. And then obviously the case studies, the sooner you can get like more case studies, that is going to put a lot of people over the top and have them picking you over another vendor because you just have like better results.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, how was the discovery process on this? I mean, I tried really hard to get specific. I don't know if you've noticed that compared to my other calls.
Yes.
What would you say, like,
You're definitely improving. I would just say like the thing you have to remember on every call is you have to build a logical argument from somehow somewhere throughout the call. It could be in discovery, it could be as you just go through the call. Like I know sometimes they're going to rush you and push you off discovery and be like, "Yeah, just tell me like what it is and like blah blah blah, go into your pitch." And you can do that. You can like give them a little bit and be like, "All right, well we do AI SEO. Here's how it typically works. Like let me just explain like the mechanism and why it's good, right?" And kind of go into your three pillars, but then come back to as you're going through your three pillars, like you can use the three pillars to ask more discovery questions. Like you can, when you're talking about exclusivity of leads, you can go back and be like, the leads you're getting right now, are they exclusive? Or like the lead quality you're getting right now, do you feel like it's really good quality? Right? You can kind of like refer back, use those three pillars to refer back to their current situation and dig out more pain and dig out more gap. But the ultimate thing is you need to have a logical argument, which is like you're spending X on marketing, it's only getting you Y. You need to spend more on marketing to grow, but this is going to be beneficial for you because again, like it's exclusive leads. It's going to get you, you're going to dominate your competitors. It's going to get you effectively on the front page of Google and it's going to persist over the long term. And once you kind of got that locked in, it's going to be very hard for any competitor to dislodge you. And it's definitely a narrow window. It's an open lane right now, but that's quickly a window that's quickly closing. And you've got to jump on it before it closes, or you're just going to get left behind and your competitors are going to get all the traffic. So, like, building that logical argument and triggering that FOMO, and especially having the logical argument of like, hey, you're going to spend $6 a month on this for 3 months, but it's going to earn you, 250,000, like that is what really needs to be specifically present on every call is some kind of dimension of like, okay, if they put in, I mean, even just on a very micro level, let's say they put in $6 a month and they get one new case or one new client. What is that client worth for them? What is the ROI going to be on just one client?
Right.
Because most people are going to be able to believe that they could get one extra client if you're sending them like with the case studies you have. If you sent them like you sent Godoy like 30 extra calls a month, it's like, okay, can you get one client from 30 calls? Like even if you don't even try to sell at all, I'm pretty sure you can, right?
yeah, yeah, 30 leads is a lot. What about like, so the pricing, the packaging, right? I just want to hear your recommendation on this. I was thinking of doing like annual terms, but like increasing the actual package size. So like 10K PIF, but we work with you for a full year type of thing. And then if they want a lower if they can't do that, then we like lower the timeline. So it's like, okay, we could do like 5K for like 6 months, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Because right now they have to figure like because it's a monthly, it's not a one-time package, right? And you're doing a 3-month minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, so generally, like what works often is having a higher monthly and a lower upfront, right? So maybe you could say it's 10K paid in full for 3 months, or it's like 4250 a month if you just want to pay it monthly, something like that, right? Because then you've got them between like a dilemma of like, well, I don't want to risk all the cash up front, so I just want to spend 4250 a month. But then if they stay on that plan, they're going to pay you more, right? Or 4500 a month, something like that.
Okay.
Where then they'll pay you like 13.5 if they stay on that plan. But if they just want to like take a swing at it, they can pay you like 9K one time or 9.5 or something one time. And then they get the full 3 months of service, which is going to be a lot more attractive. It's more money for them to risk up front, but it's like, it gives them options, right?
Got you. And then if there was anything that I would like, you would have me work on in order for like my sales ability to like improve significantly, what would be like the 80/20 in your
The
opinion?
one thing, yeah, the 80/20 is definitely getting that logical argument built in the call. Ideally in discovery, but it has to be built somehow of like, okay, so like out of me, you got that I wanted to add 5 mil, but we didn't really drill down into like how much of that could come from AI, and then also how much of that, how much was reasonable to spend to get like that amount. So let's say that you truly estimate that I could get, just based on your case studies, right? Like this other company that I worked with, or this other law firm that I worked with got like 20 leads a month, and they're closing like 3 extra cases a month or 5 extra cases a month, right? If we did the same for you, what would that do to your revenue? Oh, that would be an extra 50,000 a month. Okay, cool. So safe to say that like this won't break the bank. If you're paying us between 3 and 5K a month, like that wouldn't break the bank for you to get 50. Just that logical argument of like, okay, the ROI is there. Like logically, I can afford this. It's gonna bring me that money back. I think that's the number one thing to work on, and just to get out of the call.
Okay, got you. Okay, then I'll run with that for now. If I ask more questions, I feel like I'm just gonna not focus on the 80/20. So I'll specifically double down on that.
Yeah, that's the only point of focus. Everything else that you're building is great. Like you're building the sales assets, you're building the follow-up process, you're building all the stuff you need to really like get the most out of these leads and really convert them. It's just on the conversation itself, that's what I'd focus on for right now.
Your thoughts on like identity shifts and I know I was doing implication questions. How strong? I mean, I could have done better, right, with implications, especially if I pulled out the competitor. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That was really just with who I was like simulating. That's really what would have like helped shift things in this call. Of course, you're still going to get people that get off the call and go shop. Like that's normal, totally normal. But then it's just a game of like, who has better follow up and who has the better proposal, right? And who has the better like just overall, right?
yeah. I mean, if I try to hard close him and he's shopping around and a good presentation, he's probably gonna do that for everybody else.
Yeah, it doesn't usually make sense to like provide a lot of pressure and try to one call close in B2B in a competitive vendor situation. It's just kind of like needy and weird. Like you want to just be chill about it and just be like, yeah, of course, not a problem. But then still ask your very pointed questions about like, oh, like these other companies, like what do you know about them? What are they providing? Like,
Yeah.
what's their offer?
Right. And then the identity shifts question, right? Like, what if someone came into the call thinking like, oh, I don't even know if ChatGPT will be right for my industry, you know?
Right. That's the first sale. You have to then kind of like get them through that obstacle first before you even really pitch them. Like I wouldn't even pitch someone if they're like, I'm still deciding. I mean, I would do my best to educate them and like show them their ChatGPT results and be like, look, you don't exist. This is like not existing on Google, not having a website in 2004, this is bad. Like, do you see why it's bad? And like really forcing them to think through it. Like, what do you think is going to happen? You think ChatGPT is going to go away in a few weeks? No, it's here to stay. It's only going to get better. Like, it's like they're fighting. Like, Claude is better, then Chat is better, then Claude is better again, then Perplexity is going to come in. Like all these models, all these huge companies. There's like $1 trillion that's been invested in AI research. Like 1 trillion with a T. That's an incomprehensible amount of money. Like people don't realize the only way that they can get all that investment back is if this becomes like if it totally replaces Google and Bing and every other search engine, and it becomes the new way that we interact with the internet and like the world. Like AI has to take over at this point.
Yeah, or else America is gonna be done for. Low
Yeah,
key.
yeah, exactly. Like the bubble will completely burst and there'll be like a global recession, depression. Like, so it has to work. And think of how many powerful people, like all the world leaders, all the heads of Altman and Elon Musk and everyone is investing in it. Like China, Taiwan, like everyone that makes the chips, everyone's investing in it being a big deal. So like the only question you have to decide is, do you want to be part of the wave or do you want to get left behind? And that should sell most people and make them realize like, oh, I'd be really stupid if I sat this one out.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely like take. Yeah, that's a good point that you added there. And then what about the identity shifts if they're like hesitant to invest?
In terms of just like, they're just scared it won't get them results.
Yeah, something like that. Like whether it's like the price or
Yeah, it's all about building the certainty, really, and building the confidence that it can work. And for that, I would just like spend more time on the case studies, like walking them through the case studies and describing exactly what you did and like how it worked. And then really asking them pretty much the question, like, do you really think you're a special snowflake that this won't work for? Like, why would your law firm be different? Or why would your company be different? Or why would your industry be so different that like, do you think nobody would ever ask ChatGPT about your specific industry? Right? Like, of course not. Like people ask ChatGPT about literally everything. So there's no industry that's an exception. There's no business type that's an exception. Like people are asking, will ask chat like everything from where should I go get my nails done to like, do I have cancer? People are crazy. They like trust it like it's their best friend. And it's just this, well, anyway, it's like, so there's literally nothing people will not ask chat. So I think you just kind of have to walk people through that logic of like, why would you think this wouldn't work for you? And then ultimately, if they just don't have enough certainty to bite on a bigger package, that's when you have to be able to like pivot down and suggest a pilot, like your pilot pricing. Like, okay, I'll tell you what, let's do $1,500. We'll do it for 90 days and you'll see the results. And once you see the results, all I ask is that you commit to, like continuing to work with me for 6 months or whatever. Like you could structure a package pilot program where it's like, very little upfront, but then they have to pay you more monthly after they see results or something like that. Just you could get creative, but some people are just going to need like $1,000 or $1,500 price point. And at your stage of your agency, I would do that. I would sell some people like $1,000 or $1,500 package, just like flat, where that's all that they pay you. And then if you can afford to do this, like from a resources standpoint and a margin perspective, just get them some results and then like upsell them, and then you can upgrade them and you'll end up with more clients.
gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Hope that helps.
No, that definitely helps. I think the number one thing is to like double down on the like showing them that they're not getting recommended on ChatGPT, the
Yes.
about the impact, the FOMO, and how like what would happen if your competitor was on there and you weren't, right?
Yes.
On getting recommended by ChatGPT. How many leads do you think they're getting right now?
Yep. If you're invisible and they just see your competitor, everyone's going to go to your competitor because they trust chat. They'll believe that is the only person that exists, and they won't know that you exist. And then they'll just get all the leads. Like you really don't want that to happen, right? I would imagine that's going to be huge. And it's so visual. Like you can show them the chat output. It's so visual. It's literally just like searching on Google My Business, and it's like the business doesn't exist. And you're like, well, how are people going to hire you as a plumber if they can't even find you on Google, right?
Okay.
All right, cool, man. Good practice.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate the time.
Yeah, we got it, man.
I have a call later today, so let's see how that goes.
Awesome. Let me know how it goes.
Sure.